Hi everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today, I'm going to be using products that need more love in my collection. So it's another full face of nothing new. So if you're into that and seeing the products that I want to use today, keep watching. Okay, so as I said in my last video, I am going on vacation very soon, and I am saving up my money. So unless there is a specific collection that I have really been nervous about missing, I am not going to spend any money. And boy, it's been hard this week because Dior just dropped a whole bunch of stuff and I'm not going to get any of it. I'm not going to get any of it. No. Hopefully I'll see some of it at the department stores, but they just dropped the Blooming Bouquet, the Miss Dior collection. They seem to be doing these Miss Dior collections in September, fall time. They did one last year, which I thought was beautiful, which was the collection that actually got me into Dior in the makeup. I've always known about their fashion, but I've never been into their makeup before, even though it's been around forever. So that's the collection that really sort of got me into Dior makeup, but I'm not going to get anything this year. Yeah, so so yeah, it's been hard. There's been a lot of things dropped, a lot of holiday sets, a lot of things, but we're going to stay strong. We're going to use makeup in our collection, in my collection. We'll get there. So as per usual, let's talk about what I already have on my face. Skincare, sunscreen, ABH Dip Brow Gel in Taupe on my brows, and Guerlain Kiss Kiss Be Glow in Blossom Glow on my lips. And so I'm actually going to not use the Mercier Caviar eye stick today. I'm going to go back to the Ulta Matte Eye Primer, and just because I've been noticing a little bit of creasing with certain shadows using the eye stick in Vanilla Kiss, so I think that just kind of varies with the kind of shadows that I'm using. I don't think it's because the Caviar eye stick is a bad use as a primer. It's very brightening, but I remembered how much this one is just really nice and easy on my eyes, and I don't like, it doesn't feel heavy, and even though it's not incredibly brightening, it just really doesn't show creases as much. And I do have obviously creasing along my hood. I especially get it up here. You know, I can see it at the end of the day, or when I look in the mirror at work, there's just like little gatherings of like, especially if I'm wearing color, that's when it really makes a difference. And that's kind of when you really see the creasing, is when you're wearing color. So if you're just wearing like a shimmery copper, you're not really going to see it. But so today we're going to go back to this guy. Now this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. This is the red Vanda eyeshadow quad. This was the Lunar New Year quad from Guerlain from last year. I know it wasn't incredibly popular because they had another holiday quad out that looked very similar. This also looks very similar to Exotic Orchid. I think it's Exotic Orchid, which is the regular line one they have, but I don't know. I've talked ad nauseum about this, but this is like a velvet cover with an orchid leaf printed on it, and it's stunning. And the color story is kind of what you would expect, but I think this shade right here, this copper, it's like a red copper. It's a very deep red copper, but it's got this beautiful shimmer to it. It's just a really special shade. And this one right here, it's just like the most special holiday shade. Like it's very topper-like, but I wouldn't say it's just a topper. It's just really sparkly, and you know, looks like starry skies and perfect for like New Year's and holidays and all that. And then you have this pink one here, which is kind of like the purple shade in the Summer Jean quad, where it's there but you do have to build it up, so it's more satiny towards matte. And this is the shade that I've kind of been noticing some creasing in with on my eyes when I use the Mercier. So, and then you do have this one here, which it's basically the copper shade but without like the metallicness. It's really not that special, but it's there. So there it is. So for this look, I'm obviously going to start out with this beautiful copper shade right here. I don't even know if you can see. The lights are right in my face, so I can't really see what I'm doing, but here we are. I'm using the Singe Beauty EO5, which is the smaller blending brush, and I'm just going to apply that on the outer V. And see how beautiful and pigmented and metallic that shade is? And if you get the right primer underneath it, it really shines. It like really, like, as in like, not like it shines like it's sparkly, but like it just really shows what it can do. It's really pigmented. It's really just beautiful. And this is perfect for fall. This is like the perfect autumn leaf color for fall. Which is why I want to use this quad a little bit more right now. I'm going to see if I can incorporate it with the Undressed Browns quad that I have. I think because that quad is so warm that I might be able to do that. But I kind of have to figure out how, because I really love the shimmer on this, but I don't know that for me, like a full-on, straight on the mobile lid eye look is going to work for me. But using it with that beautiful orange or copper shade in the Undressed Browns is incredibly intriguing to me. So looking forward to that. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Doing something very fall inspired. And this is just a palette that needs way more love in my collection. It is beautiful, it is expensive, you can't get it anymore. But again, there are similar color stories in the Guerlain range, and these are the baked shades, I believe. They don't have pans in them, so I think this is the older formula, different from the nude collection they just came out, which is, I believe, not a baked formula because those are in metal pans. And I'm so jumpy today because I am getting ready for my trip. It's in less than a week. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm going to one of my favorite cities in the entire world, and I get to go with a family member, and she's so excited, and I'm so excited for her. It's her first time there, and I made an appointment at the Chanel store in Soho. So yeah, lots of interesting things to think about and be distracted by. But we're gonna go in on the main part of the lid with this guy. This is the Ombre Premier Libre from Chanel. This is the new loose eyeshadow. This is the one in 406. It is Cedre Cuivre, so copper cedar basically. And because this is a copper based look, I am going to be putting this on the main part of the lid. And I'm just gonna put it right on there. And I'm just gonna take my Chanel No. 2 brush and blend it into the copper. But I think you can see the difference in the two formulations. This loose eyeshadow is very, very subtle, very, very soft, whereas this baked shade from Guerlain, you really see the pigment in it and you really see the shine in it, the like luminousness in it. But I think they both go really well together. One attracts more of the attention and one does the work of making everything warm. Not getting that much fallout by putting this directly on my lid. Again, this is one of the lightest shades. It is not the lightest shade, but it is one of the lighter shades. And so even if I am getting a little bit, I'm not really seeing it. But I'm sure, you know, if I was using the other one that I have, which is more of a rosy red shade, you'd definitely see it if it was fallout. But again, I do my eyes first, So it's not that big a deal, and I'm not feeling like I'm losing a ton of product. Yeah, but as you can see, it's not like a boom copper shade. It's just a nice copper shade soft on the lids. That's what you're getting out of these loose shadows, basically. Then I'm going to go back into the red Vanda quad, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and this brush is probably too big for what I'm using it for, but I've been using it all week as just an all-over wash, so it's already got the product on it. And I'm just going to put a bit, just kind of brush it, sweep it over the inner corner, just to add a little bit of luminosity. I think you can see that. And this shade, even though it's in a warm quad, can go a little bit cool on me. It can almost look a little bit bluey purple. I don't know why, but I think it's just like the reflect and the luminosity it has, because it's really, really soft, but it just has so much light in it, which makes it a really nice all over lid shade, all over in the corner shade. It's kind of one of those it's there but it's not there shades, which I know you don't necessarily want to pay $90 for that, but here we are. And then just to be different, we're gonna take the Parure Cristal. This is from the Byzance collection, La Catron Byzance from Chanel, and I'm gonna take this beautiful dual chrome shade right here. And I'm just gonna pop a little bit on the inner corner, because since this shade can lean a little bit blue purple anyway, I might as well lean into it and mix my tones. I'm gonna go into my Lorac Soleil palette, and I'm gonna just go into the brown shade in here, because I've been having a really hard time, like, these shades are really nice and soft, but the browns, if you're using them over something darker, they really don't make a good liner shade. Like, I've been trying to use it with the reds and stuff, and even the one in the Parure Venetienne, which leans a little bit more warm tone, neither one of the brown shades in either of these palettes really work for me as liner or really give enough definition. And as I said before, I'm trying to stay away from liquid liner right now because of the irritation that I've had. Obviously, my solution should just be to go get another Maybelline Hyper Easy liquid liner, but again, I'm not trying to put anything on my eyes that I really have to scrub off, because I just don't want to irritate my eyes again. It's just not where I want to be. So as you can see, this one works really, really nicely in the Lorac Soleil, but I have, you know, a ton of Viseart shades I could also use, and this is a warmer brown. But I just want something that sort of defines my lash a little more with this look, because otherwise the redness can kind of just really define the look, and that's not what I'm super looking for right now. As I said, I've been wearing that pink shade all over the lid this week, and it looks really beautiful, but without anything really to ground it, which is what I was really struggling to find in these palettes, was it just didn't look quite finished. So I think the brown line, a deeper brown line, just makes it look more finished. I know I'm going to get transfer, that's fine. It's just gonna go up here and I will blend it out as I need to. I'm not too worried about it. I think I actually got more fallout from this brown shade than I did from the Chanel one. It is complexion time. I think I'm gonna do this off camera just because I'm going to be using some products that I'm just gonna be mixing. It's just gonna be like stuff in my collection that I'm trying to get rid of, and kind of mix them together to sort of match the skin tone I have right now. So it's not gonna be super helpful for you to see that, but I'm going to do this off camera, and then I will come back and do the rest. Okay, so my complexion products are on. Hopefully this, I think it's okay. It's a pretty good mix. It's not too thick, not too heavy, but not too light either, which is really what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I think that worked. We'll see. Then I'm going to go in and finish up the eye look, and I'm going to go back into the Pearl Crystal Quad. And I'm going to go into this lighter shade here, this pink one. And put that under the eye. Just give it some illumination. Then I'm going to go into my Noir Allure mascara from Chanel. And I really just want a defined lash, not a heavy lash. And then for face products, I'm going to go into my little Westman Atelier Mini. This is the Lit Up Highlight Stick in Brulee. I'm just going to put that right on the cheeks. Kind of as blusher, highlighter, hybrid. Because it's too deep for me as an actual highlighter, but I think it is still a beautiful product as a blush and illuminator. And it really doesn't really stay that deep once I blend it out. Then on top of that, I'm going to go over with my Physicians Formula Butter Donut Bronzer. Just all over. All right, and to finish this all up, I am going to set around my face with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I think you can see how much I've gotten use out of this one. So I'm just using a smaller brush because it's easier just to get in there. Using a big powder brush would be easier for application, but it's not easier to get the product out. So, and I'm not using this under my eyes. It's too sparkly for that. Like, it's not an inherently sparkly product, but when it hits the light, you can really see it. And I would rather just have that on the rest of my face than underneath my eyes. So I used to use this as like an under eye setting powder, but now I just use it as an Allure just face finisher. It's finishing powder. And to finish up this look, I am going to go into a combination that I've been really loving right now and was inspired a little bit by Sophie Choette, who does luxury vlogs here on YouTube. I just started sort of binging a bunch of her blogs, and she showed this tutorial that she does with her lips. She does sort of a MAC combo, and this is kind of inspired by that. It's not the same thing, but kind of inspired. So this is the About Face Matte Lip Fix Pencil in Paper Romance. And then over that, I am going to put on one of my beloved Sephora Lipstories Creme lipsticks in Oui. This is a very nice deep lip that just sort of stays on all day, because even though this isn't the most long-lasting lipstick, it does last for quite a while, and with the About Face underneath it, lasts for a really long time because that lip pencil stays. Alright guys, so this is the finished look using nothing new in my collection. I mean, a few things are new to me and newer, but they're not the new. So I am just so happy to be able to use the products that I have, not to bring new things in. There'll be plenty of time for that. There's 3, how many months left of the year? There's so many, there's so many more opportunities to buy things. I'm not done shopping, but for now I am. And I'm super excited for my trip. I'm still trying to decide what makeup I want to pack. Yeah, so I mean, quandaries, things to think about. Yeah, not a real problem, but you know, it's a problem. I hope that you enjoyed this look. Let me know if you want to know more about any of the products that I used today. And thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys.